Hey everybody, welcome to the Morning Night Live with P-Dog Night. I am using this function for the first time. I've never even tried it. Um, big thing today, the only thing I want to talk about real quick is Jesse Smollett. This morning, he put it out a statement, or it came out this morning, that he made a statement to Essence Magazine, which really didn't say anything. The article didn't really have any bearing on what's happening with the case, other than he just basically said, hey, he feels like he's been honest and open about everything. But I think the Chicago Police Department has been honest and open about what they're doing too. I want to try. I haven't really tried to do this. Looks like I can put the chat on here. If you end up seeing this, great. I'm trying to figure out how to share things. I want to share. Oh, here we go. Let's share. That's what I want to do. Um, Oh, doggone it. No, that's sharing the tweet. Apparently, there's no way for me to put things on the screen. Oh, boy. What the heck? Well, anyway, I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. But anyway, if you happen to see this, the news on the case, I haven't seen any tweets. Good morning, Johnny Hellcat. How you doing? Um, what is this? Wow, this is hard. Anyway, as you can see from my background, I went from a place where it was, um, sorry, I'm moving my camera around. Went from a place where it was minus 9 below, or 9 below zero, to pseudo sunny California where it's in the 50s. And so we're not going to, like I said, this is going to be short and sweet. Trying to figure out, there's got to be a way to do this. There's got to be a way to screen share. And that's what I want to do. I can mute the microphone. I can do all this stuff. Um, Perhaps there's a way to do Hangouts um, from your phone, but I haven't discovered it yet. So um, this isn't going to be much. Welcome to those of you who are here, and that's about it. Let's see. Maybe there's a way. Okay, this is how you share the stream. Is that it? Oh, did I go away for a second? I very well could have. Anyway, a couple interesting things that I wanted to just mention also. So as I was reading the articles yesterday about the Jussie Smollett case, something came to mind. You can't start a hangout from phone. You can join one though. I don't. Okay, I don't know. Hey, Math Queen, good to see you. Um, so yesterday, we've been talking about how. Oh yeah, I got my hair cut. I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. My brother's getting married. That's the reason I'm in California, and I decided, I probably should just cut my hair and look a lot nicer. Wait till you see the pictures from this one. I am going to share some pictures and video from the wedding. I'm so excited because this is my first Nigerian wedding. Because as you know, I didn't find my family until the early 2000s, and so this is my first Nigerian wedding, and my understanding is they're quite a production. In fact, when I got here, my wedding's on. The wedding I'm going to is on Saturday, but apparently my brother's having another wedding today. He's having his Catholic wedding today, and then he's also having a Pentecostal wedding tomorrow, and that's the big wedding. That's where the one that everyone's coming to, and I've got my sister got me the coolest outfit to wear, a traditional garment. So you'll see that. And we went and had my daughter's dress fitted because she's one of the bridesmaids today, and man, the dress that they made for her. She has two dresses for this wedding. They wear one for one part of it, and then a different wedding dress to the reception. All the bridesmaids are going to be matching. She is going to look fantastic. She looks so good in that dress. I'm really excited to see this wedding. So anyway, let's go back to this Jussie Smollett thing now. So when we were talking about this yesterday, I mentioned as the police reports were saying, originally this TMZ article that came out that really blew this whole situation up. They said that Smollett was, after he left the subway, he was attacked by these men who yelled racial and homophobic epithets at him. Then they came and brutally beat him, and then poured bleach on him and wrapped a noose around his neck. When the police interviewed Jussie Smollett in their initial interview, first of all, as you know, he he went to a friend's house after he supposedly had fought these guys off, and then he went to his friend's house, and they called the police from there. And when the police arrived some 45 minutes after this attack was supposed to have happened, he was still wearing the rope around his neck. Okay, and then it's been described as a noose in the TMZ report that everyone's heard. And that's the one that blew up and went all over Twitter, and everything's blown up. And every other article regarding this was referencing the TMZ report. Then we find out later that Smollin, all during the day, the police said, no, this wasn't part of the report that we had. We had a report. He said that he was beaten. Oh, and also said that they were white men wearing masks that did this. Then the report that later the local reporters in Chicago were pointing out that the police didn't confirm that part of the story, that they were white men. In his initial report, he said he didn't know their race because they were wearing masks and they were wearing masks and gloves. So they didn't know what race the people were who did this. Also, they said that the noose was actually more like, it was a clothesline like you buy at Target, and that it was brand new. It was like a brand new rope out of the box. And then also they said in the initial reports that there was no mention of the words "you're in MAGA country." So those details were only in the TMZ report. Then later that day, TMZ said, "Oh, look, yeah, I got a pine tree sticking out of my head. Here, let me move so I don't have the pine tree sticking out of my head. That's silly." Then later in the day, TMZ late in the evening said, "Oh yes, they called the police, and the police verified that the you're in MAGA country thing happened." Well, then we find out in subsequent articles that Smollin did not report that in the initial interview. Then police were getting reports that they heard from TMZ that about the MAGA country part of this thing. And so they went back and interviewed Jesse Smollin again. And in that second interview, later in the day, he said, yes, those things happened too. So here's the thing. Jesse Smollin did not report that, but somehow TMZ got that information. Okay, now let's talk about another part of this that's important. When in this subsequent interview, when he said, yes, those things happened, here's the part that's curious to me. When they interviewed him, the manager who's at his house, this is his friend, this is his manager or business partner or somebody, whoever this other guy was that was in that apartment, he stated that he and Smollett were on the phone at the time of the attack, and that he said he heard those words. He's the one who heard. They absolutely said that this was MAGA country thing. So here's where I'm getting. This is another one of those curious facts. So, how did TMZ find out about that? But the police didn't know about it until the second interview. Here's what I think happened. Oh, and also they refused. Jesse Smollett refused to give the police his phone so they could see what time the call was, or they could verify it from his phone. He refused to let them see the phone. So here's what I think happened. Whatever happened to Smollett, there's even a question of what had happened. This brutal attack where he had a scratch on his face, and originally it said he had broken ribs, but then in subsequent reports it said he did not have broken ribs. All of a sudden, so now he's supposed to be, now the manager says, well, here's what I think happened. I'm babbling. I think in that subsequent interview, the police had never heard this thing about the you're in MAGA country comments coming from these supposed attackers. So the manager said, I bet they were asking, well, how did TMZ find out about this, but we didn't know? The only people who knew about this were Smollett, the manager, and the police. I think the manager is the one who called TMZ with whatever this cockamamie story is, and I'm starting to just doubt that completely now after putting this together. And if this is a conspiracy theory, and YouTube pulls this off, well, whatever. I might get flagged for this. But I don't. I think the manager called TMZ. This is, how do you get something out when you want an actor to have some, publicity? You're going to go call TMZ, right? And you're telling TMZ that this happened, and this is, and to get even more publicity, you got to. Right now, it's easy to get publicity, anything to do with Trump, right? So they made this comment. He told TMZ. They didn't tell the police that because it wasn't part of the story. And so now the police are asking why does TMZ know this and we don't? Oh, well, yeah, I called him. Well, how did you know? Well, I told them because I was on the phone. We were on the phone when this attack happened, and I heard it. So I'm the one who told them. It's becoming more and more a bullshit story. Nothing from the. Oh, by the way, Smollett did an interview with Essence Magazine. I told you that earlier, and all he said is we're telling the truth, and all the rumors and stuff that you're hearing online are false. Oh, what's going on here? Anyway, it's just smelling more and more like bullshit. I think the only reports that I'm going from are from the police reports and from the local news in Chicago. And so I'm piecing this together by what I'm hearing from official sources that are legitimate news organizations who follow this. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Like I said, it's going to be a short one. If you happen to share this out, I haven't even figured out how to do that. I never used the live function on the YouTube mobile. But that's my theory of the day, and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, you know what's funny? I'm using this for the first time. I don't even know how to shut this off. So if I look like I'm fumbling around trying to shut this off as I say I'm out of here, please don't laugh at me. I'm new to this stuff. Oh, someone say it. I can already hear the boomer comments. But whatever. It's the first time I've used it. So anyway, thank you for popping in. I'm P-Dog Knight. I'm at a wedding today, and we'll have some photos and stuff from the wedding on Monday. And you know that I stream Monday through Friday, usually around 9 a.m. Central Time, which is 10 o'clock Eastern, and you can figure it out from there. Thank you for being here. Share this out. I'm going to go have some fun at a wedding. Hey, hi, Circa Zero. I got to say hi just before I got to go. So anyway, y'all have a lovely day. My name is P-Dog Knight, and I am out of here as soon as I figure out how to shut this thing off. How do you shut this off? How do you shut it off? How do you shut it down? I don't know, man. I don't know. How do you shut it down? We'll figure it out. It's going to take me some time. Do I just hit the back button? Let's try a back button. Oh, are you sure you want to stop streaming? It worked.